Salut, bună ziua, salut, bine ați revenit la Sports Talks. Invitatul de la această oră este o surpriză, inclusiv pentru mine. Am să-l prezint în câteva cuvinte în limba română, după care o să trecem pe engleză. Invitatul este domnul Torsten Smolcic și, pe scurt, dânsul este cel care a făcut posibilă prezența la Cluj a lui Ronaldinho, a lui Materazzi, a lui Snyder și a câtorva dintre vedetele internaționale pe care le veți vedea la meciul de mâine. So, welcome to Cluj, Mr. Smolcic.
Hello Cluj, hello Sports Festival.
Welcome to Sports Festival.
It's been a pleasure to be here.
So I said in Romanian that you are the man that made possible the presence here in Cluj at Sports Festival of Ronaldinho, Materazzi, Wesley Sneijder and the other international stars. And this thing was possible because you own a company called Moveon Management. And before getting to this company, I want to tell everybody that you are a professional footballer, and my first question is, when did you end your career as a professional footballer?
Okay, there was a couple of questions in that one question, but actually I want to say that it's not just only me who created this part of the event. I think there are 100 people around, everyone is sitting here, just the people who are joining our part. So there was a lot of people, a lot of discussions, decisions we made in the last 6 months.
We'll get there.
To get there, yes. Now we are here. I'm really happy. I'm really excited. And yes, we come to the main question. So actually, I think I wasn't that professional player, what you call professional player. So I lived from football, yes, but I was more semi-professional than professional. But I did it for my life. So I quit when I was around about 35. I quit football.
What was the year? What year was it?
I'm not quite sure. I think
2015,
round about that. Yeah.
So 10 years ago?
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, Torsten Smolcic was a semi-professional footballer in Germany, and he decided that's it. What were your thoughts at that time? What would I do?
Yes, it was clear that I want to stay in the football business because that was everything I did in my life. So I started playing football when I was 5 in the club, like everyone else. And then how I get into the business, it moves me into that because I had good years. When I played in Stuttgart in Germany, my year was a really good team. So, and a lot of my teammates, they get even to the national team of Germany, like Kevin Kurani did, or I don't know, maybe some of you know Andreas Hinkel. He also played around about 60, 70 games for the A national team. And so, like with Kevin, we become big friends when we meet 97 together in this team. And even in the youth team, you live together. You're hanging around every day. On the weekends, you are going to the tournaments. And yeah, and then it was clear that my guys, especially Kevin, did a great career. And while I'm joining in around him, I met all his teammates. And then if you learn one as a friend, you see the guys in a different way because they accepted you also as a friend, and so you come deeper into it, and that it was clear that I will stay in the football business, and because it was really simple and easy, like how I can bring a team fast up is exactly because of this. Because of the relationship the guys have.
Please tell the people who don't see who came to join us. Who are the guys here?
So first of all, the most important is the guy on the left with the cowboy hat. This is Oscar. He's also my partner, who is a big part that we are all here. He helped me. We are together working in Dubai. Then Then I need to introduce on his right side with the beautiful sunglass, Mr. Wesley Sneijder. It speaks for himself.
Number 10 at Netherlands.
For me, one of the best player ever. Is not Wesley, is the guy next to him. Now you're pissed. So the guy next to him is the guy I spoke about. I grew up in football, is Mr. Kevin Kurani. To the right is the best friend of Wesley called Diba. And now, really, I need to introduce one of the greatest legends in football, outside of football. He will be the coach of the team. And even it doesn't matter that I'm speak here. That's how cool is he? Is the blonde guy? Is Mr. Felix Lutz.
Gentlemen, welcome to Sports Festival. So back to you, Mr. Smolcic. How did you start your business? Did you have a model? Did you take a model from another company that you saw doing this kind of stuff?
Oh, it just moved me natural in, because I was a lot of times on the other side of the part where we was invited in events, you know, and then I saw the first things I see is the problems. So, and then I thought, how I think I can fix that and make it better and faster for the promoter, like, because I understood that the most important thing is you need to find out what the promoter needs. And if you can deliver this, it creates the value of your product. So I did it. And then the rest is process. So I just started without any plan. But then I worked on, and then I created my process and still working on it.
Let's name some of the problems that such a promoter has and you can fix it.
It's quite easy. The biggest problem is the gap between the relationship. So you need someone who understands the guy, because they have a different view of things. And if you understand this and you can bring both together and solve that for the promoter, it makes much more easier. It's moving much more better because it's in a natural way. It's like here, you see the guys hanging out. So I don't need to ask them. Even I don't want it that they come, but they come because they want. So these are the things what gives you a different mood. If you're just working or just spending money, you have no relationship into the event or where you're going.
So let's explain to the people watching us. Here the promoter is Sports Festival, yes? And there is Mr. Smolcic, who has a bunch of guys who cares about them and they care about him. What does he do between the promoter and these guys? How does he connect these dots?
A good question. I think it's better not to answer this question. No.
The promoter contacts you.
The promoter contacts me.
And then what happens?
It's simple and easy. I speak with the promoter. So I speak with the promoter. And then I get an understanding what he really needs on the event. And then after this, I will sit down and decide like how I will create the team. Because yes, there's a bunch of lists I can choose of players, but like here, this is a family-friendly event, you know, and the people want interactions. So for me, this was the first part to solve: is bring the right people, like them. They walking alone, you know, and they interact with people. Because I think this is the most important thing, why the guys are, or all the peoples are here. They want to touch, they want to feel. And that's why we created with top world-class players who can deliver a part of this feeling. And this was for me the biggest part I need to solve. And that's it.
What do you do between events with these guys? How do you keep this relationship alive in order them to trust you so much that they can give you their contracts?
So Are we speaking about here? I have relationship with some guys over 20 years. So it's of course when you reach an age like us, it's impossible to meet everybody all the time because everybody has family, everybody is busy around the world. But we are always in touch. But if you have a good relationship, there's one message for a happy birthday is needed, and it's okay. So that's how is the relationship. With some guys, I have more contact. With other guys, I have just a business relationship also. So you need all these sides, but this is how we interacting.
So you have two type of contracts: a long-term contract with some guy, or only project-based contracts?
Yes. So I don't do that because I'm not only working for events. So we're working for any promotions or commercials or whatever. So I learned that you cannot. I'm not the only one in the world, you know. And if you give exclusive contracts, there's more problems to solve in the future, and it's not needed.
Tell us what is the short story of this event of sports festival and you getting to get done and to bring here Ronaldinho.
So I think our first meeting was December. Yes, December, Paddy? June. Oh my God, far away. Okay, and then I think it was really fast decision. Yeah, that he wants to bring something special, and if you want to bring present a game on a small pitch, even on the big pitch, there is no better decision to bring Ronaldinho, because I told him the magic of Ronaldinho is he's the only footballer no one hates. Everybody loves Ronaldinho because he gave something in the sport no one else gave ever in history, and that's why he's the
Smile.
He is football in real life. No one else can represent football better than him. And that's why it was quite easy that we want to go this way. And he knows from the past that we have this relationship, and then we did it.
What's your relationship with him?
So it's the same. I met him 2005, the first time when Germany played this tournament 1 year before you play the World Cup. Now they don't do it anymore, but in the past they did it. I don't remember the name of the conference cup or something. It was like this. And then they played in the semi-final. There was a game, Germany against Brazil. Ronaldinho played at this time, and they won. Germany lost. But after we had the celebration together, and because Kevin is born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, not far away from Ronaldinho, so they get the relationship because the Brazilians always together. This is like in football or everywhere, the Brazilians always interacting together. So even if you will see here any Brazilians, they will connect here on the event, they will stay together, I swear to you. And then it happens. We visit him I was a lot of times holidays in Rio de Janeiro, and then we met, hanging out sometimes, playing, just having fun, and then there's a relationship.
This time was hard to convince him to come to Romania.
No, I think actually he's really a simple kind of human. He loves to play, but I think even he will be excited to play tomorrow, because there's a difference when we sometimes we have events or games. Sorry to be say that, like in the Middle East, because there's a different audience. You know, sometimes it's not even sold out. Okay, I think Ronaldinho always sold out, but I think the people in football, I think also here in Romania, it's different. I think because the football here is much more worth than anywhere else. The people, they grow up with this, and then you get so excited when you have so much emotions, people and mood around, that I think everyone wants to play, you know, even if you can't play, it's just you want to play, and he will do this and he will love it.
Do you also act as a protector in their relationship with the media and the fans?
somehow, yes, of course, I always try to protect the interests of the guys. This is one. It's a good question, because this is the most important field. Is still, even if you have a good relationship, there is a gap you need to protect. So but you speak about before you're making a contract, and everybody knows, okay, this is possible, this not, and then there is a gap. If he wants, he can do. If not, then it's okay. But this is how it works.
For instance, now, will he give interviews or not?
He will give.
He will?
Yeah, we are already checked for 2 interviews. It will happen tomorrow.
That's good news. And I have another question before I give the audience the chance to address you. What's the greatest psychological challenge, in your opinion, for a retired famous player?
Really good question. Really good question. It's on point. Is we need to tell the truth that I think 80% round about all football players in the world, they don't have a good education. It's the truth. Especially the guys from South America, from Africa. That's a really good question, is what they will doing after their career. Because not everybody is a coach, not everyone is a manager. So, but there's everywhere is a field for them, because they reach a part of influence, they can use it. Like we can use it for here. Because they still have influence on social media and influence in football. And that's why they can reach people. And this is why we're doing our work, is to help them to reach this influence.
So what's their greatest challenge, psychologically
The greatest
speaking?
challenge is to find their part of the business.
Their mission.
Yeah, because as I told you, they only know football. You need to understand, when you are a professional football player, especially today, you don't need to do anything. Your life is fixed. So even if some of them guys, they don't even book their holidays by themselves. The club will do it. So they will say, we have 10 times free. Can you book for me? I want to go with my family to vacations. So they get it booked. So, and here's the problem. If you pass this for 15 years, you forget how to do things, you know?
So when you say stop, you find yourself in a place you know almost nothing about the real world.
Exactly. And then for some, there's no problem. They find their way because they have the passion for it, and they get coaches, they get managers, they get scouts. There's so much opportunities because football is getting bigger, 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 and that's why more options will come. But some losing them by themselves because they don't want to do anything else than just playing football. But so they will not know what they can do. So this is their struggle. They need to go. You know, sometimes you need to learn something new. And here is the not the problem, but this is what they need to solve. Can I stand up and learn something new in this age after I became everything in my life?
If you are not as famous as Ronaldinho, can you live only by this kind of games?
Really, this is a really good question. No, but here is the difference. From my opinion, or what I learned in life, is that these guys have it easier because they're thinking about it. You know, this is like you know why the best coaches are not the best players? Most of the time, we're speaking about 90%. Some world-class players getting good coaches is because, like, I think, or I know, Ronaldinho never needs to think about how to play football because he just playing. This is his natural movement. But other players, like even if Pep Guardiola was a great player, but he thought, how can I get my team better, even when they are playing? And other peoples, they are not so successful, or they want to play, and so they need to find ways to get better or make people around them better to get on the spot. So they start managing or they start coaching when they are playing, and that's why for them it's much more easier to go ahead after their careers because they are already ready. And this is the most important thing is to be ready. When the moment is there, you need to be ready always.
Thank you. Vă invit la întrebări, dacă se poate în limba engleză, să profităm de minutele în care îl mai avem aici pe domnul Smolcic.
Hello there, how's it going?
Hello.
Thanks for coming in Romania.
Nice to having me here. Thank you.
You know, Cristiano Ronaldo has said something really interesting. The problem in our days is that the players, the young players, they get so much paid, not for what they play, but for potentially what they can play. And that's the problem, because they kill the show. You know, the football is not anymore, you don't enjoy anymore, because you know it's a lot of tactics. You know, you cannot do mistakes and things like that. But at that very young age, you earn millions. I'm sorry, but in 3, 4, 5 years, they will not raise them level anymore. So how can we change that actually? What it can be changed in this sense?
First of all, I respect that really much, because that was on point what you said. And yeah, here's one thing I need to tell. Like, I started to work in football business in the management for players, you know, as player agent.
Right.
And exactly because that was every word you say, that's why I stopped.
Right.
Because it's a mess. Man, you can't believe to work with young talents. They are not the problems. The problem starts with the parents. Because the most parents sold their kids. And this business was the toughest.
They sell their kids.
Yeah, they not sell it, but you can work with a guy. You know, we started work together. We are 5 people, and we played all in the same youth team. And everyone reached a different level of success. So I thought we was the best to speak with talents, because there are 2 guys who reached the top and 3 guys who didn't reach. So we know, because we are realized what we need wrong, what we did wrong, so we can get the best experience. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
and then you start working.
Absolutely.
You start working 1 year, and you really want the best for the talent. But I swear to you, it doesn't matter when another agency come and they put 100,000 on the table, because there is a potential, exactly what he said, that this guy can be playing in 5 years, and they can make transfer money out of them, and then it's done. All your work is going, and the parents will 99% choosing this 50,000, because for them is a lot of money. Because when I go back, what I begin, the most of the people coming, 80% of players coming from a poor background. And to come back to your question, how we will solve that, I don't think it's done already. That's why I prefer to work with the former football players, because they are a different area of kind of players. They are really easier because to handle. And today, I don't think that we will go. It's so commercial. It's so commercial. And when you want to earn $25 million a year, then
one more question from me. I know you come from the big stage, big games, big career. Tell me what we can implement in Romania. How do we found the talent, and how we should raise them in order to raise our level in football? Because we are in Eastern Europe, and the football is taking slowly. We take it each and every single day to grow, but obviously you come from the big football. So tell me what exactly is happening there at the big level that we need to implement here in Eastern Europe.
To be honest, I think you have everything here. Looking, I'm half German, born and raised and grew up in Germany, but also half Croatia. Croatia has a population of 4 million people, and look what they did in the last years. So you think they have a better infrastructure than you in Romania? I don't think so. So, but it's let the kids play. Let the kids play. So the first thing you can do is like here, a sports festival. Bring the people to move, you know? The people in Croatia, you give them a ball and they can play, whatever. It's like, sorry, like if you give me a ball, I'm a basketball player. If you give me a ball, I'm a handballer, you know? So this is the first thing, get the kids back on the pitch, give them space. Throw the handies away, don't give them laptops, don't give them MacBooks or what else, and let them just play. And then you will see, of course, you need to scout or give them a process. But as I told you, we have just 1, 2, 3 clubs in Croatia, and we produce 100 players a year, get professional all around the world, world-class players. So just let them play, give them space. Of course, you can do like the Netherlands or like the Germans. You know, you can put something on the. But first, you need people who want to work in that field, and of course, you need patience, because this will not be done in 5 years. It's 1 generation, maybe 2 generations. Then you can change a lot.
Mai luăm o întrebare.
Man, you just stole my next question, because the question was related to the festival, and basically our motto is, is keep playing, like you said, let the kids play. This is why we are doing this festival. First, I just want to thank you for everything. To be honest, this is our 6th year. I've never worked with somebody like you in the past. Really honest.
Thank you.
So professional, and like bringing all these guys together, and not only bringing them here, but to see them here so relaxed. This is amazing, and I think this is something that only maybe you and Kevin can do. So we are really happy that we did this together. Just wanted to ask you, because we walked around a lot today, in the past days, also with the guys, what do you think about the festival, and how tough do you think it is, or how really do you think the idea of bringing this festival around the world, do you think that's possible, and what's the challenge?
First of all, thank you for your words, and really, it's a pleasure to be here. For the first question, what really I couldn't imagine when we spoke first time about the festival, and you introduced me to that. I couldn't feel it in that way. I feel it right now when I entered here, this place. It's a beautiful event, really. And I can tell you, it's maybe the best event I ever visit. Because
this is why I asked you, because I needed this quote, for the video.
No, but it's true, man, because it's coming back to your question. This is just real movement. You see, the people's coming here, the kids, they're walking around. You see this energy. Yesterday we walked from here to check the pitch, and I took a ball and I want to play. You remember, we played together, man. We make some passes. This is the energy you need for everything in life. And I think there's nothing better than sports, but sports connecting people. Movement is the best what you can do. And I don't think it's impossible is nothing. You know me. This is also one thing in my life. I think nothing is impossible. So of course, you can bring it everywhere in the world. And I think everyone needs it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smolcic. Vă mulțumim.
Thank you all. Enjoy, and I hope to see you all tomorrow in the game. And then you will see a last time great football from great footballers with heart.